So there was a winter time, and I was very young and inexperienced, just beginning to, start my career. I had landed a job on a 65-foot head boat called the Gulfstream with Captain Tommy Loans, and we have, some pretty sporty weather down here sometimes, and we had a smaller group of people, 15 or 20 people, and we decided to go anyway. It was rather windy. We get out on the reef and we start fishing, and I would have to say, it was at least 3 to 5 foot seas. And the fishing was okay, but it wasn't great, and it wasn't up to my captain's expectations. So we got ready to move. He started the motors, and he called me in the wheelhouse, and he goes, listen, he says, it's just rough on the reef. He said, couldn't possibly be that much rougher out in the deep water. Let's take a shot at getting a few big fish. Let's get outside of the reef. Let's go out on the outer bar and make a drop. Well, of course, he was the boss. I couldn't say anything. So I pull the anchor, and he's jogging out to the deeper water, and I look up, and above my head I see a giant wave coming, and I don't know where it came from because it wasn't anywhere near the size of the waves that we were experiencing. And the bow of that boat went up in the air, and I held on to the bollard that we tie the anchor off to, and the bow of that boat came down, and I found myself about 5 feet up in the air looking down at the boat. That boat dropped right out from underneath me, and I knew it was going to hurt when that boat came back up and smashed into my feet, and it sure did, boy. And I went down, and I went rolling, and that wave crashed over the bow and pushed the windows right out in the pilot house, and water ran all down the whole cabin. Now, we never saw any wave looking any bigger than that, anywhere near that size that day. And I ran into the captain to see what was going on, and he goes, God damn, Walt, I think that was about an 18-footer. And we turned around and went right back on the reef and finished up our day. That's incredible.